Okay, so if I build my formula, m equals, what's going to go on the top? My change in y. What's going to go first? Kaya? Yeah, so -1 minus 2. Audrey, what goes on the bottom? 3 minus 9, my x's. So on the top, I have two negatives, and when the signs are the same, we add them. So I should get -3. And on the bottom, I have 3 minus 9. So the difference between them is 6, but 9 is bigger, so that's also a negative. And a double negative is a positive. So this answer should be 1/3. So the answer to number 11 from your worksheet should have been 1/3. Now, oh, sorry. Thank you. 1/2. Number 12. Number 12. And it should be positive. Sheldon, what'd you get for 12?
For 12, I got -6, I think.
You think?
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay.
-6 over 1.
Okay, so we've got our x2 and our y2 is the second point, which was -4 and 2. That's the one that we start with when we build our formula. So who will help me build the top? Go ahead, Delaney.
2 minus 8.
2 minus 8. And then the bottom?
-4 minus 5.
Minus -5. Okay, so I've used them all. When I do this math, 2 minus 8 is -6 over. This double negative is a positive, right? It turns positive. So I have -4 and a +5. What's that? 1. So -6 over 1 is my answer.
I always thought that when you added and subtracted negatives, like when you added, the negative would go higher, and then when you subtracted, it would go to the positive.
Sometimes. Like, which one are you worried about? This one? The top?
Yeah.
So 2 minus 8. If you have $2, right?
They're staring at us. They're staring at us. No, they're not. They were. They just waved at me.
I think you can handle it
You're a big kid.
and
I don't feel like
focus on math.
you're a big kid.
So if we have 2 minus 6, there's 2, we're starting on the positive side of the number line. If you picture a number line, right? So where 2 is. And the negative means that we have to go left 8 spaces. 8, because that is our number, 8.
Oh, yeah.
So if we do that since we're already 2 positive, the 2 first bring us just to 0. Does that make sense? And so then we only have 6 more spots,
Yeah.
which will take us to -6.
Okay.
So the tricky part about positive and negatives is that it's not always. It's totally situational. So I know that's tricky. Okay? Yes.
The same problem but on the bottom.
Yes.
It was -4 minus 5.
No, it was -4 minus -5.
Oh,
It was a -5 from the worksheet. Okay, so now we're going to do number 13 together. So if you haven't already done it, on your fresh piece of paper, Sheldon, we are going to do number 13. Yes. Yes. Okay. So from the worksheet, number 13, we start at 0 and we have -1 for our first point, and our second point is 4 and -7. So let's build our formula. Dane, what do we have?
so you would have -1 minus 3 minus 7.
Let's switch that. Second point first. Okay? Oops, 1. This is a 1. So -7 minus -1 over, Delaney?
4 minus 2.
4 minus,
I mean, 0.
yes. Okay? And then we have this double negative, so we need to fix it.
6.
Positive or negative? Negative. Because the 7 was bigger, right? So that sign stays the same. but negative 7 and then plus 1 means that we're taking one of the negatives away over, what is 4 minus 0? 4. Is this a good finished slope? No, we need to reduce it. Not simplify, just reduce. Which means we can divide by a common factor. What goes into both those numbers? 2. Please close. Okay, when we divide by 2, I get negative 3 on the top and 2 on the bottom. So my slope is negative 3 over 2. Yes, please. Oh, you mean on your worksheet? Don't worry about that now. Yes.
So, for like this one, negative 6, what was it? Oh, it was negative 7 plus 1.
Right.
Wouldn't that be negative 8?
So no, because it would be like if you had borrowed $7 from me, right? So you're already in the whole 7 because that's negative 7.
Yeah.
But today you have $1 to pay me. Now you only owe me 6
Oh,
because they're different signs. So the number should get smaller.
okay.
Okay? I know it's tricky and like every situation is different. So I appreciate that you asked. Let's talk them out to make sure you understand them. Okay? All right, the next one, 14. 14. Our first point is 1 and negative 1. Our second point is negative 2 and negative 6. So in this one, I can already tell there's going to be a lot of sign errors because we have a lot of negatives, which means we're going to have some double negatives. So let's be super careful. When we build our equation on top, Delaney, what do we have?
Negative 6 minus negative 1.
Right, so we take the second in both sets of parentheses. I have stopped labeling x1, x2, y1, y2. But if you need to do that, do it so that you set it up correctly. On the bottom, what do I have? Anyone? Not
Move
Delaney?
it down a little.
Yes, I can. Can you tell me how to build
Um,
this equation?
what is
What is x2?
negative 2?
And what is x1?
Negative 6.
It's
Oh, wait.
1.
Oh, 1.
So minus 1. So on the top, I have the double negative. A double negative goes positive. So if I have negative 5 and a positive 1, Faye, a negative 5 and a positive 1, what are we going to get? Or a negative 6 and a positive 1?
Negative 5.
Yes. Negative 5 on the top. And on the bottom, I have a negative 2 and a negative 1. Ethan? Yes, because the signs are the same. You borrowed $2 and you borrowed one more. Now you owe 3. Okay, they're all negatives. Is this finished? What should we do to clean this up so that it is an acceptable slope? We have to make it positive because of this double negative. So our answer is 5/3. Okay, number 15. From the worksheet, our points are negative 4, negative 8, negative 2, and 0. x1, y1, x2, y2. Let's build it. I know that Delaney is confident. Is anyone else confident? Jacob, will you help me build it?
Sure.
Thank you.
Negative 4 minus, negative 2 minus, wait,
What goes on top?
negative 2,
So m equals y2 minus y1 over
okay.
x2 minus x1. This is the formula that we use over and over and over. So I need my y's first, Jacob.
Okay. 0, minus 8, or is it minus negative 8?
Yes.
Oh, I thought that you don't have the negative.
Nope, you need them all.
There.
And then on the bottom, Logan,
Negative 4 and negative 2.
which one goes first?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. Jackson,
Yeah.
minus negative 4. What did you get?
I got 1 here.
What does the double negative on top mean? Positive. So what will we get? What is 0 minus negative 8? It's 8. What is negative 2 minus negative 4? Audrey. So these two lines make a plus sign, so that makes the 4 positive. So if the 4 is positive and the 2 is negative, the signs are different. So it should be 2. It should be 2. And because the 4 was bigger, it should be positive. So this one was tricky. There were 3 negatives on the bottom, so we have to be careful with our sign rules. And when we reduce this, we should get 4 over 1. There are 3 more on this page. Please solve them.